first, Rob, let us go to the 76ers in the NBA. Let's get to some NBA talk. And Daryl Morey today was speaking on 97.5 The Fan in Philadelphia. And he addressed he addressed the Ben Simmons situation, and as far as maybe trading him before the deadline, February 10th, I believe it is. Here's what he had to say.
We absolutely need to get an impact player, but there's an impact player who has to be in the top 30 of the league. Because Joel's playing amazing and has lifted us into probably 5% plus title as just on his play, now we might be able to do it with a top 40 player who's a great fit.
All right. Well, here, let me say this, Rob. Daryl Morey is known to be ridiculous when it comes to trades.
Well, he always for the moon.
Yes, exactly. And
I get it, Chris. You asked for the moon because they might give it. Somebody might be dumb enough to give it to you, and then B, like you still will wind up getting a good player because the team feels like, well, he was asking for the moon, we'll give him this guy, and that's really the guy he might want.
Right, absolutely. So, and like you said, it's a negotiating ploy. What I will say is this. If I'm Daryl Morey, now he probably does need to lower. He does. Actually, no probably about it. He does need to lower his standards because he was asking for too much. But do not give Ben Simmons away for any reason. Not just because Joel Embiid is playing at an MVP level and you think you can win a championship. Don't give him away for that reason. Don't give him away because you're finally giving in and you're just going to get rid of him to rid yourself of a problem. No, make sure you get a good trade for him, Rob. And I'm going to throw a few things out. Anthony Simons, the young kid in Portland. Damian Lillard, we know he's out with injury. And I'm not saying Simons is as good as Lillard. He's not. Lillard, Hall of Famer, top 75 player. But Anthony Simons, this young kid that entered the league, out of high school basically, is balling lately. I don't know if you've been watching him lately, but
I haven't watched him, but I've seen the numbers, right?
Yeah. The dude is not only scoring the ball in the month of January, which is, almost 10 games now. He got 26.3 points a game. And 8 assists a game on 50% shooting, 43% from 3, Rob. My point is this. They're not going anywhere as they are. This team that they have was not built for Chauncey Billups, and you're seeing that. He's the coach. Stick with Chauncey.
He played on a different team, Chris, in Detroit.
Yep.
That won a championship, right?
With defense. And this team was no defense, all offense for nearly a decade. And you were all right. You got to a conference championship. You're a mainstay in the playoff. You're, got a couple exciting guards, obviously, to watch. Everybody wants to see play. But that's run its course. Rob, why not build around? You got the young Simons. Go get Ben Simmons, great defensive player. And see what you can do. It gives you, the fans, I think, would be cool with it because, hey, we get it. We're starting over. But we're starting over with young, exciting players. And so if I'm Daryl Morey, Rob, I'm hoping for that. Now, it might not happen till the summer.
No, and I get what he's saying.
I'll wait for that.
Because Chris Embiid, what did he have last night? Was it
50
points in 27 minutes? So he's playing awesome. He's playing like through the roof. And instead, Ben Simmons has thrown a monkey wrench into the organization, wasting a guy like Embiid. And what I mean wasting, like having a chance to do something special because his feelings got hurt when Doc said, I don't know, after the guy wouldn't take a shot in the fourth quarter or took 2 shots.
Can we win with somebody refusing to shoot? I don't know.
Yes, let me see the game. Chris, is to put the ball in the basket. But this guy won't shoot. You can't win on a shutout in the NBA. Okay?
Right.
You can't just play defense. You got to score some points. And so I get what he's saying is like, Our season's not wrecked. We've won some big games. We got a star player who's in the MVP conversation. So do we want to hold on principle, Chris? I get what he's saying. I wouldn't totally give in to Ben Simmons. I love what the 76ers are doing. I love it. And I'm a players guy. Guys have a right. Players have been screwed, Chris, for years by management, with not having the right unions behind them and all that for a long time. So I'm for the players having some freedom and free agency and all the stuff that goes with it. But I'm not with this with Ben Simmons.
Neither
I'm
am I.
not. And I don't have a problem with the 76ers playing hardball. I don't. I'm serious. We're not giving in. You shouldn't have signed the contract 2 years ago, Chris, when we gave you $1 gazillion. That's when you should have bought.
Expect to be paid. You don't want to come to work. You shouldn't expect to be paid. I get it. Look, if you want to be a jerk and I'm getting paid for not working, fine. But come on, man, you can't respect that. And Rob, he's throwing away his career, at least now. Like this sitting out this whole year, that's huge.
Yep.
You are a young guy who should be in the prime of your career, should be getting ready to play in the All-Star game, should be getting ready to help Philadelphia battle Brooklyn and Chicago and Milwaukee and Miami for the Eastern Conference title. And you're sitting on your hands and knees, not playing because the coach said he don't know. I'm not sure if I can win a title with him. Really? Because the fans booed you because you wouldn't shoot? How about shooting? Come on, man. I'm sorry.
And we talked about, you know what? You could be mad and get your panties in a bunch at Doc Rivers. He bent over backwards to protect Ben Simmons. Chris, we used to be on here going
silly.
Right. We were like, what is Doc talking about? Like he's
right. He embarrassed himself on occasion, defending Ben. Come on, man. I don't know, Rob. I mean, you play sports. I play sports, not at the pro level, obviously, but the coach criticized me? Okay.
Oh, wow.
And I get it. I mean, we weren't, playing at the high school and small college level, the media and all over you, but I got criticized in front of my teammates. And you took it. You buck up, you man up, and you take it, right. And you go prove your coach wrong or whatever. Come on, man. But anyway, here's another thing, Rob, I'm going to throw out there. We talked about it. Brooklyn, I don't know. What's going on? KD's hurt again. And he'll be back. But, it's becoming a pattern.
Chris, I got to say this. I've never seen sports like this where guys can't stay healthy. What did we watch before? How did Michael play all those years?
82 games a year.
I just don't even know it. Like every time somebody gets bumped into, we saw it with Kawhi Leonard dribbling the ball he was, what was he defending, right? Or defending on the guy dribbling up. And the guy bumped him like barely, and he's done. And I remember they asked him right when it happened. It's okay, we'll be all right. You remember that? And he's out.
Played for, didn't he play for a little while after that?
And then he's out for a year.
And look, I think these are legitimate injuries.
No, I'm not saying that.
But it's like we talk about in baseball. The everything is better, right? The nutrition, the weight training, the equipment, the shoes.
Everything. And you have more injuries.
So
how about we talked about it with Judge and Stanton? They couldn't stay healthy for the Yankees. Last year was the first year they were healthy.
Right. But so you got that, and then you got the Kyrie situation, which, Rob, you made it a good point a while ago. I mean, we're talking about this like it's just this season. What if next season it's the same thing in New York? And Kyrie is the same old thing. He can't play home games.
Right.
Or won't play home games. So if you're James Harden, and when it first, the first rumblings of, hey, would Harden leave? He didn't sign his extension. I was like, no, why would he leave? That's ridiculous. But I got to be honest, Rob. Now, if I'm Harden, and I'm like, we really don't have much of a fan base. We got, one of our best players is only playing part-time. KD is banged up. look at Joel Embiid. My former GM is in Philly. Doc Rivers is there. Look, I'd be on my list.
Rivers a selling
That's
point, Chris? I'm just asking you.
Well, some players, I know. Right. We've been on Doc. But, some players like Doc.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? It would be on my list. So that's another thing. Then if you can get a James Harden, maybe in a sign and trade. I always said, Rob, I thought Simmons for Kyrie made sense, but Simmons for Harden would make a lot of sense too. So there's all sorts of options out there. And I don't think Daryl Morey will just move, Rob. I think he'll do what you're saying. And I'm with you. Like I've always been a player's guy. During lockouts, everything. But
all
this is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous. I'm with you. This is ridiculous. I just cannot, Chris, just because they said something about you when you didn't play well, and you can't handle it quick. Like, I could never wear that uniform or play in that place again. They said they didn't know if they could win with me. Really? That's the end all be all?
Right. That destroys you. Like, look, and you want to be sensitive to mental health and all that. But also, there's a level of mental toughness that you have to have for certain jobs. And pro sports is one of them, Rob. Because you're going to get scrutinized left and right, day and night.
It's a part of your job description, Chris.
Right.
It's just
like if you're a politician. Don't run for president if you can't handle being criticized.
No doubt about it.
It's just there are certain jobs where you have to be able to handle criticism, public criticism. And you have to decide, am I built for that? You have to decide, put things in place where you can protect yourself against the issues that would challenge you if you're in that arena. And so hopefully, Ben will figure it out. But Rob, I just hate to see a guy, because Daryl Morey has said, Rob, this could go on for years.
Yeah. And Chris, I know everybody, when you're young, you think everything. You don't want to lose a season, because it's not only that. It'll affect the way people look at you, Chris, your legacy going forward. Like a lot of stuff can be damaged along the way. This isn't like where people are going to be sympathetic to you. Imagine if he comes back and he still doesn't play up to par. Like then they'll be like, this bum, he just sat out, he got mad, and now he's come back and he's not the same player, or he's not like you could really damage while people look at you.
Rob, and look, there's no doubt that had he come back at the beginning of the season, there would have been pressure on him, right? Because we know what we saw at the end of the playoffs. Yeah. But there's going to be pressure on him now. It might be even more pressure now, because it's become such a big story now that once you step on the floor, man, people are going to be watching every single move you make. First jumper you pass up, first layup you pass up, if there are any, it's going to be an issue. And so he might have made it even tougher on himself with this, but we'll see.